Tovar against a guy who's not overpowering. Guy utilizes 2 fastballs, a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer in Rhett Lauder. He's making his first appearance, boys, against the Rockies.
Well, he's been coming out of the bullpen for the Reds the last 3 appearances, but he's back in the rotation because Nick Lodolo.
He gets a first pitch pop-up. De La Cruz battling the sun. He can't see it. Nobody sees it. It's going to drop. And in its second, taking advantage is McCarthy. Dane Myers, Sully, thought De La Cruz had it. It wasn't until too late where he realized he couldn't see it.
Yeah, I think with De La, he's a little bit of a cavalier guy, right? So he's going back on it. He's not letting anybody know. And then once he turns his head, Dane Myers tries to kick it into gear, but it's too late at that point. This is that signal. He kind of puts his head down. He didn't really alert anybody that he couldn't see it. I mean, obviously, we know the sun is right there. It hasn't moved.
Well, a lot of infielders do not wear sunglasses.
This ball is maybe an issue for Dane Myers, and he makes the catch. McCarthy tag, and Myers can throw, but it's cut off. Yeah, so 2 pitches in, the Rockies with 2 fly balls actually have a guy at third.
Spill, you know this. Myers can't really get behind this baseball because he's blocking the sun.
Well, it's interesting too watching him. I mean, this is when if the sun is directly in front of you, you have to create an angle. You got to get to the side of the baseball, which is not what Dane did, but it also gives us a chance to see his arm. Former pitcher.
So infield comes in. Cole Carrick at the plate, pinch single last night. First pinch hit of his very young career. Got a great opportunity here to get the Rockies out front.
Yeah, Spill, you were talking about Lauder. I mean, when he came into the big leagues in 2024, he made 6 starts. He had like a 1.1 ERA. Missed all of 25, right? Forearm strain, also some elbow soreness. And then this year, not the same guy. A lot of walks. He's almost 4.5 walks per 9. He's typically a command guy. And he's gotten hit hard, especially out on the road.
Yeah, and he's not a big strikeout guy. Yeah. 1-1. That's inside 2-1. Home plate umpire is the crew chief, Andy Fletcher. Alex Tosi is at first, Corey Blazer at second, Jansen Visconti is at third. Talk about taking advantage of errors. Rockies trying to take advantage of the ball that wasn't caught. And another good take by Cole Carrick.
Well, now you have a chance to do some damage. You're trying to push him out, get something you can handle middle and up so you can get the ball in the air.
Well, this should work. Softly hit to left. Diving attempt, not caught. Carrick on his way to second as the run scores. And it's going to be a RBI double for Cole. J.J. Bleday's dive just came up a little bit short. Either way, the Rockies were going to get the run, so they break out on top.
Drew, you were asking for some offense. Rockies take advantage of a miscue with the ball in the sun, and Carrick gets the ball in the air. Good effort from J.J. Bleday. That was in his glove, and it just spun out.
T.J. Rumfield again. Carrick aggressively, as he should, running the bases. And that's a base hit. Carrick's going to get a green light from Andy Gonzalez. The Rockies will take a 2-0 lead. Isn't it amazing when you have one little blip on the radar defensively, and at this level you give a team an extra out, how things unfold?
Well, we've talked about this yesterday with the Reds. This is not an elite defensive group. And so, yes, you get an extra out, take full advantage of it. T.J. Rumfield's been very aggressive in early counts lately.
TJ with his 48th ribby. Here's Castro, and Willie fires at the first pitch. Bleday in left field will make the catch. Is that the easiest of the 3 outfield positions this time of day, fellas?
No question.
Left field?
Yep. So the sun right now is kind of right center, So anybody on the right side of the field, including the center fielder, is in trouble. And obviously with Ellie playing up the middle, he's in trouble. Did we miss a memo about first pitch swinging
That's what
today?
I was going to ask you. I mean,
It's
is
the
this
last day of
spring
spring
training?
Right. That's our default whenever guys are super aggressive. Troy Johnston at the plate. Troy yesterday 1 for 3, a double, also a sac fly. The typical Troy Johnston ball game. Double for Troy yesterday was his 24th of the season. That puts you in 40 double territory, at least when it comes to pace. That's a big number.
That is a very big number for your first real full year at major league level. I mean, that's a target, Spilly, don't you think? Every year for every hitter, they want 40 doubles.
I always wanted to try to get 40.
Yeah.
Change up, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So good to see the Rockies put up a couple runs in the first. Over their last 6 games, the Rockies had scored just 14 runs.
Well, let's not forget it was San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco puts every lineup in a slump, not because of the pitching staff, just because of that ballpark.
Falls in contrast to what they've done since June 1st. They're the second highest scoring team in baseball since June 1st. The only team that has scored more runs over the last 7 weeks is not the Nationals, not the Dodgers. I think, your other most likely club, it's Milwaukee. He's having another terrific year, obviously, but I don't know if you'd selected them to have the most robust offense over a significant period. 3-2 on Johnston, so TJ will take off at first base. Spencer Steer reminding Rhett Lauder that he's going to play behind him. And that's foul. Fouled the other direction.
That's nice when you're a hitter and you're not really worried about somebody having a wipeout pitch, a strikeout pitch. So you can stay hunting fastball middle.
It's got to be so unusual these days, right? Ball play to center field, but it's pretty much right on Dane Myers. He reaches up near the warning track and makes the catch. He was playing deep. Good start for the Rockies. They get a Sun double from Jake McCarthy, and 2 runs end up crossing the plate.
Game. First one, Sugano shutdown. First inning, not too bad. Just 7 pitches to get the first 3 outs, get louder. I'd say we've started to check that box with 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Now we just need a little matinee Mickey. Like to see him get that homer stroke back.
I like it. Matinee Mickey. Get louder.
Yeah, that's funny.
Billy thought you spelled it wrong, and I had to point out that it was a reference to the Reds starting pitcher, Rhett.
No, he is dense.
I feel sturdy.
Yeah. Been in the weight room. It looks good.
Solid.
Solid. 2-0 on Spencer Steer, who is going to ground out here. He had the distinction yesterday of hitting a home run over the wall and a home run inside the walls, or better known as an inside the park home run. The only other guy in the history of Coors Field to have a 2-homer game, and one was an inside the parker. Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
How about that?
Okay. I think I remember, was that Texas or with the Mets? I feel like you did.
Hold on. Do you mean the only other visiting player? Because didn't McCarthy do that earlier?
Did Jake have a 2-homer game? Well, I know he had a 2-homer game, but I thought both were over the wall. I believe that's the only.
Okay.
We'll double check.
Okay.
It. Here's a guy who's gotten hot, Eugenio Suarez. He's homered in each of his last 3 ball games. Yesterday, not only a home run, but a double. The home run was, when you look at the stroke from the side, as you described yesterday, Sully, there are very few guys that are going to be able to do what he did. They have to be big and strong, because he was way out on his front side.
Yeah, just kept the hands back long enough and found the barrel.
Oh, when you've hit 337 career home runs, you got some pop. Most home runs since 2016. He has 320. Only Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarber have more.
Two from Sugano.
He went.
Yes, he did. See you later.
Yeah. 2
Sayonara.
outs. Sayonara is right. Second strikeout for Tomo.
You just see with Sugano, he just has such a good job of speeding you up, slowing you down. The split finger is real.
Noelvi Marte, saw him late in the ball game defensively yesterday. Getting a start, takes a sinker for a strike at 94. Ground ball toward third, good pickup by Castro, and just in time. Maybe took a little bit longer than perhaps he realized, but he gets Marte at first. Good inning again for Sugano. Rockies up 2-0, middle of 2. Really cool looking hot dog hats that Spilly is wearing. Eddie Juliana, bouncer to first, Steer to Louder covering 1 out.
I think if you're going to try to get a graphic in or try to put us on camera, you got to do it really fast.
Today's not the day.
7 guys already have swung at the first pitch.
Yeah.
How about that?
Spilly, are you here Monday?
Yeah.
Wait till you see Stouter. He's going to have that hat on. It's BOGO night. He's throwing on the full hot dog costume for the pregame.
That sounds like what Stouter would do.
Yep.
Here's Brett Sullivan.
Well, Louder was the 7th overall pick back in 2023, and it's a pretty impressive draft class when you think about it. Paul Skeens was the 1st overall pick, Dylan Cruz, Max Clark, Wyatt Langford. We also have Jacob Wilson, the 6th.
That's down the line. It's a fair ball. Extra bases for Sullivan. Marte's got to get it out of the corner. Had a little bit of a difficult time. Going to third. Sullivan. Is he safe? Yes. Brett Sullivan with a triple.
Well, his throw is a lot closer than you think. Ellie De La Cruz has a cannon. So this ball gets stuck in the corner. A little change up that Sullivan spins around. It is his first triple of the year.
Hey, it's better than that, Billy. It's the first triple of his career. I got to ask him later. Maybe he had one at UOP at Stockton, University of Pacific.
It's also the right time to take a shot. When you get a ball in that corner and it's 1 out, it's worth trying to get to third if you can. He might need some oxygen.
He's gassed. Spilly, you were referring to Rhett, that 2023 year at Wake Forest. He went 15-0 with a 1.87, including a duel in the NCAA semifinals with Paul Skeens.
Yeah, he led the nation in wins with 15, 4th in strikeouts and ERA.
It's a big opportunity for Ezequiel Tovar. I know we've talked a lot about it. He's not having the kind of year that he hoped to have. He's looking to bounce back from last year, which is kind of an injury-plagued season. We know what he's capable of offensively. 26 home runs, 45 doubles a couple of years ago. But the swing rate, the chase rate is up there. And the results have not been to the liking of Ezekiel and what he's capable of. 0-2. It's a 3-pitch strikeout, so he's gone, and now it'll take a 2-out knock for Jake McCarthy. That's the first strikeout for Lauder.
And to your point with Tovar's struggle, he's 2 for his last 31.
Jake had a high pop-up to shallow center that dropped because the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz, went out. And so I think you described it really well. He couldn't see it, but he didn't really alert Dane Myers.
No, I mean, when you watch him go back on this, he's using his glove, blocking something, but then until he ducks his head, no one's going to know that he's having trouble. So Jake just says, thank you.
Oh, beautiful bunt, and put it in your pocket if you're Sal Stewart. So creative. An RBI bunt single with 2 outs from Jake the Snake.
Wow, what was amazing about this was Sal Stewart was prepped earlier. The first pitch Jake swung at, and so Sal Stewart took a couple steps back. And you can't ask for a better pitch. A little changeup up. That is a bunter's delight.
And what was the count? 0-1.
It was 0-1, the best time to bunt.
Yep.
Mickey Moniak takes ball 1.
Sal was literally on the grass, 0-0, and after he saw him swing, he backed up.
It's a winning play by a winning player.
It's high baseball IQ. Knowing secondary pitches are thrown so frequently in that count, you don't want to swing at them.
But Jake gets a huge jump. Mickey has to take it, and another swipe of second by McCarthy, his 17th bag. He's electric, man. He has been... I've run out of words to describe how impactful he has been in his first year in a Rockies uniform. 2-1 on Moniak.
And it just looks like he's playing with fun for fun. He's having a great time out there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Even something we alluded to, fellas, last night. He really didn't get a tremendous opportunity against left-handed pitching in the recent past in Arizona. The Rockies have provided that for him, and he's earned that right to be out there against lefties. He's got one of the best averages in all of baseball left on left. It was .368 coming into the ballgame.
Well, when you've got the ability to lay the ball down too, I mean, it gives you the opportunity to face both a righty and a lefty.
It's not just the production either, it's how he plays the game. I mean, how many times this year have we seen, you know, a line drive or even a hard ground ball that's a hit and it's to the, you know, right or left of an outfielder, and it's like, that's a double.
Yeah, I mean, he's just put so much pressure on the defense, and this Reds defense is not good. 28th in baseball in defensive runs saved.
Back slide to center, it'll get down, McCarthy will score. Throw going in that direction. It hit off the mound. Moniak could not move up, but that is all Jake McCarthy. The 3rd run and the 4th run. You can just put a big circle around McCarthy.
Well, for Mickey Moniak, Sully was asking for a matinee Mickey, and here it is, a little off-speed pitch, a little bit off the end of the bat. Look how he puts his nose to the baseball. That allows that barrel to creep out there. And then with that stolen base from Jake McCarthy, 2-out bunt. Rockies scored 2.
Here's Carey. Cole had an RBI double last inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the second for the Rock Show. A broken back blooper that'll drop. So Carey in the second half is 3 for 3. Pinch hit yesterday. 2 for 2 in the early going this afternoon.
A little two-seam action inside. It's pretty much where they wanted that pitch, but for Cole, he keeps his barrel in the zone.
Hey, Sully, how pretty is that left-handed stroke?
It's nice. I like the way he lets go with that left hand early, keeps that right hand traveling.
There's T.J. Rumfield. He had an RBI single his first time. And that's a base hit. Around third's Moniak. Throw toward the plate is not going to get him. Kicks away for a moment. Rumfield took a wide turn. Wisely went back to the bag. All of this with 2 outs. It's 5-0.
Did you guys see what Mickey did after he came around third? He stopped.
So I'll watch this. TJ just ripping another fastball right past Arroyo. And the throw from right field, I mean, it didn't. Yeah, there it is, a little hezzy. I don't think he picked up Andy Gonzalez at third.
Willie Castro trying to make it 5 straight hits. And he will. Willie comes through. Come on down, Cole Carrig. And it is 6-love Colorado.
They get the triple from Brett Sullivan, and then with 2 outs, Jake McCarthy, the bunt, caught the Reds off guard. And then it has not stopped. Rockies are now 6 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
And Sully, we've seen it before, especially with young guys. And Brett Lauder's very talented, but he's never pitched in Coors Field before, but he's heard all the stories.
He's definitely heard the stories, and obviously he's struggled out on the road this year. And I think pulling him out of the pen at Coors Field on a day game was probably not the right move for him, but for the Rockies offense, it's great. They're taking advantage of a lot of elevated pitches and being super aggressive.
And the other element, we touched on this at the outset, with Brett Lauder's stuff, at least right now, a lot of injuries last year, ball's going to be in play.
Yes.
Troy Johnston, the 9th man to hit here in this most productive second inning for the Rockies. And that goes to the backstop. It ricochets back to Trevino. He looked around. He had nowhere to go. So a wild pitch. Rumfield to third. Castro to second.
There's a 2-seam fastball, completely yanked. And Rhett was so close to getting out of this inning. I mean, he really was. 2 outs, runner at third. Jake McCarthy fouled the first pitch off he saw, and then the bunt.
Three and 0. Julian on deck.
Well, there's only one thing missing from this inning.
The homer.
It's a rally killers. Sully, why would you bring that up?
Because we get tacos.
We get tacos with a hit here.
Homers.
And drive, De La Cruz makes the catch and steals a couple of ribbies from Johnston. 9 come to the plate for the Rockies. 4 cross it. 6-0 Colorado. It's been a marvelous start for the Rockies on both sides of the baseball. They are up 6-0. 6 runs, 9 hits in 2 innings, and Tomo Sugano has retired the first 6 he's faced in coming off the injured list. He's facing Dane Myers, and he starts him out with a pitch in the zone. It's 0-1 on the Houstonian. Myers He's a product of Rice University. Just outside of Houston, actually, in Katy. A rocket from Katy, Texas.
There's a documentary on Nolan Ryan that's worth watching. It's great. He never won a Cy Young.
There's a new book out on Ryan, too. I just saw Ryan from Alvin, Texas. I believe he's still there out on his ranch. Got to ask Huey. Huey and Nolan remain very good friends. Two on Myers. Swing on a miss. Sugano with his third strikeout. Sully, what are you noticing from down there?
I mean, obviously, fastball commands there, but the split finger, it's got great depth tonight, or today. You see that one just fade directly out of the strike zone into Myers. There's nothing you can do with that pitch.
33-year-old Texas native Jose Trevino. Speaking of Texas, and it's a high fly ball to fairly deep left field. This is going to get on out. For the first hit of the ball game for Cincinnati. And I guess it's apropos. It's a home run after hitting 4 yesterday. So Trevino is second of the year.
For Sugano, I mean, that is, he does give up home runs, but he's okay with it because they're always solo shots. 14 of the 17 home runs this year have been solo shots. A little two-seam fastball. Trevino just jumps right on it.
That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Edwin Arroyo. Up by Rumfield. Sugano to the bag. That's as good as it gets. What a play by Rumfield.
Wow, this is going to be our Xfinity defensive play of the game. It's that in between hop. You got to trust your hands. You got to keep your hands soft. It's really hard to get your eyes behind it. So in a way, the ball catches the glove more than the glove catches the ball.
And Sully, kudos to Sugano for not assuming, oh, that's probably a hit. It came hot off the bat, and making sure he went over.
That's right. He completed the play. He's got to know anything to his left. He's got to break off that mound immediately, and he did. It's 101 off the bat.
Great play.
Yeah.
Ellie De La Cruz, he hit the ball sharply, 101 miles an hour, in fact, on the first pitch of the ball game. And in that 3.5 hole, Eddie Julien made a nice play. 1-1.
This is one of the guys that I am not comfortable where I am. Let's put it that way.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's a pitch he does not like. Anything middle, inside, you can hip shot him.
It's interesting because usually down and in, lefties feast, right?
Well, he's huge. He wants pitches middle away.
You can tell by where he stands. He's off the plate.
Go in there again.
Like, he immediately jackknifes. He moves his body, and that pitch was inches away from being a strike.
Splitter show up here?
I go back fastball, man. Carbon ladder.
He went splitter. He was in 3-2. De La Cruz. You've heard his name for a number of years, and then you look and you say, wait a second, he's only 24? Hit for De La Cruz the other way, and it was hit so hard it's going to get all the way to the wall, and De La Cruz was thinking about 3, and he's going to get there. That was 111 miles an hour off the bat.
I felt like he ran.
It was 4 strides between second and third.
Yeah, I felt like he was running at 111 miles an hour. I mean, it's remarkable. You see a ball hit this hard, splits the gap. I mean, off the bat, I thought it might have just been a single to left. And as soon as he gets to the wall, watch De La Cruz go. Long stride, he hits second, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, but if McCarthy hits Tovar, the first cutoff guy, they got a chance. By missing him and the ball having to carry him to Julian, it allowed De La Cruz to get to third safely.
Yeah, 4th triple of the year for Ellie, and he has 28 career triples.
Already. So Sugano's got to get Stewart here. Make that triple a footnote. Ball 1 on Stewart, who lined to left his first time. .814 OPS coming into the ball game. After he's out, it's at 812. 2-0 on Stewart. Played first yesterday. He's playing third this afternoon. Playing to pull in the infield a little bit toward the off gap from an outfield perspective. Two balls, 2 strikes on Stewart. Baseball, what's going on?
There's a foul tip.
Oh, was it a foul tip? Okay.
Good distance. If there is a baseball toss in the Olympics, I would recommend South Stewart to be in it.
It's interesting. Nobody moved, and Andy Fletcher must have immediately signaled foul tip.
That's really good distance. Did you ever do that drill, Sully? Bat toss when you're trying to get your swing right?
My swing was always right.
So that's a no.
No, I've never done that drill.
Two. Now ball to short. Tovar. Perfect throw. That'll end the inning. Trevino hits a home run. De La Cruz left at third after the triple. What a play by Rumfield earlier. 6-1 Colorado, middle of 3.
Mickey got a single. TJ Rumfield gets a single to right field. Willie Castro gets a knock here. And the fun just continues for everyone except for Rhett Lauder. You total it up. It was 5 straight hits at one point. 4 runs, and the Rockies have a 6-1 lead as Eddie Julian bets in the bottom of the 3rd, boys.
It sounded like Oprah for a second.
Well, everybody get.
Julian leads on one to deep right center field. This is going to kiss off the base of the wall. It'll be a leadoff double for Julian. And the theme of swinging early in counts continues.
He felt like he missed out in the last inning. He's the only one who didn't hit.
Now the 8th double of the season for Eddie. A little fastball leaks back out over the plate. How many first pitch swings has that been for both sides?
I can tell you this much. 1 hitter into the 3rd. The Rockies have 10 hits. One of those hits, a triple, first career triple by the guy at the plate, Brett Sullivan. know one guy is really proud of the wheels it took for Sullivan to get to third. One of his closest friends in the world is Brandon Cooks. He grew up with Brandon. They played every sport together. Brandon Cooks, outstanding receiver in the NFL. Sully chased there, so that's the second strikeout for Rhett Lauder. One out, and that'll bring up Tovar.
So we're 3 innings into this game. There's been 14 swings from both sides on the first pitch. Feels like a lot.
It is a lot.
Must be a lot of dinner reservations.
Oh, God.
15.
15. I'm looking up at this guy right now to see, all right, if everybody made dinner reservations, there's got to be a storm coming.
Tovar 0-2. We know how aggressive Ezekiel is. We've had numerous conversations about that. This is back toward the middle of the diamond, and it's going to go as a hit. So good for Tovar. Getting to third is Julien. My question to both of you would be, is it the super aggressiveness, or is it the fact that he's got to put balls in play on pitches that he's fouling off?
For Tovar, I mean, he's got to put balls in. He's got to move the ball forward. It's good to see him get a knock right here. He's down 3 for his last 32, and that will also run Rhett Lauder out of this game.
So the Rockies indeed run Lauder off early. Back in a moment. Julian Garcia, making his 8th appearance with the Reds, is from Fort Collins. And he played collegiately, literally across the street. Pretty close to across the street, at Metro State.
Love it.
Isn't this great?
He's a road runner.
He's a road runner.
Wow. He's got a 3-pitch mix, too. Sweeping slider, regular slider, and a 4-seam fastball that sits right around 93 miles an hour.
And McCarthy rolls one to the right side. And it'll score a run as Arroyo keeps it from the outfield. The second RBI on the afternoon for McCarthy. The Rockies get that run back. It's 7-1 as Julien scores.
Yeah, so get tacos. That's crazy. Jake McCarthy, 18 steaks in the month of July. It's more than Jordan Walker, more than everybody.
First challenge, our first ABS challenge, powered by T-Mobile. Pitch was called a ball, challenged by Jose Trevino. And it was a strike.
Return. It is a strike. Cincinnati still has 2 challenges remaining.
So Julian Garcia ahead 0-1 on Mickey. Now 0-2.
Yeah, those 18 RBIs for Jake, I mean, it's pretty impressive given that almost all of his plate appearances have come out of a leadoff spot as well.
Also, it helps when you start hitting homers.
Foul tip.
Looking at some of Garcia's profile with his fastball, and it doesn't have normal 4-seam movement like the rest of the league. It actually, it kind of moves in towards righties.
And that's a base hit. Around third comes Tovar, and the Rockies have an 8th run. For Moniak, his second stake of the day. Number 40 on the season.
The Rockies just haven't stopped today. I mean, everything, aggressive approach on Brett Lauder, maintaining that aggressive approach against Garcia. And they have been great with runners in scoring position today.
Cole Carrick's 2 for 2. RBI double and a single, a couple of runs scored. The Rockies were due for a breakout ball game. We documented at the top of the broadcast the fact that they had scored just half a dozen runs over their last, or 14 runs over their last 6 games. Well, you can mention the fact they played in San Francisco 4 games. I mean, that's legitimate. Ran into Brady Singer last night, who was, marvelous on the mound. But at some point you want to put your foot down. The Rockies so far have. This will get the Reds off the field, but the Rockies got 2 in the first. They've added 4 in the second. How about 2 more in the third? 8-1 Colorado heading to the 4th.
Yeah, but Spilly, we've been talking about this. The Rockies love to score late, but they need to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, this is a hitter's environment at Coors today.
J.J. Bleday fouls off the first pitch. He struck out. 1 of 3 strikeouts so far for Sugano. 36-year-old making his first start since June 26th. And the 0-1's fired at it. So 0-2. What did you guys find was the toughest aspect of your routine on a day game after a night game, where you also know it's going to be the same thing tomorrow, in that you're playing 2 day games back to back, I guess is the question.
Well, I think for day game after a night game, you kind of like those days because you show up, have breakfast, go through a little bit simpler of a routine. It's almost like a show and go.
It's a little bit more of a college feel, I would think. You have a smaller window to get yourself ready, but everything is kind of set to go. Spilly's right. You go in, you eat breakfast, probably go into the cage, get yourself loose, and then it's go time.
Yeah, and you don't have to do anything really crazy because it's so warm outside. Your body feels great.
Sugano just missed there. 2-2. Low pitch count because, as we've discussed, both sides super aggressive this afternoon. It's paid off for the Rockies. 8 runs, 12 hits.
Sully, how you doing in the heat?
It's warm. I'm doing all right though. Got my bucket hat on. We're doing well. Long sleeves so we don't get sunburned.
You look like a lifeguard.
I don't have the white sunscreen on my nose.
The zinc?
Yeah.
Line drive past Julien for a base hit. So Bleday, a lead single in front of Spencer Steer.
First baseman, number 7, Spencer Steer.
Well, you mentioned that Spencer Steer, his wife is from Colorado, so he lives in Colorado in the off season. He's also very much into weather. He's like Mike Trout.
So this hit hard enough for 2. There's 1 on the first. Double play. Good initial feed by Tovar.
Off the bat, you thought it had a chance for a double play, but it's all about the feed, quickness, and then the good strong throw from Eddie Julien. And when you're tossing it underhand from that distance, you have to put pace on it.
That's how it should look, right? Suarez with 2 outs and no one on. Side ball 1 on Gino. Line drive center field, and a sliding catch made by Cole Carrick to end the inning. Well done by Carrick.
Scouting report, fewest games to reach 100 hits to begin the career. Clint Barmas, Juan Uribe at the top, just 85 games, then Juan Pierre 88. Jordan Pacheco, Rockies assistant hitting coach, 94 games. TJ Rumfield tied with Trevor Story at 96 games, getting his 100th hit of his career yesterday.
There's JP.
Yep.
JP, top 5 in the National League in hitting one year when he was wearing a Rockies uniform. And that is sliced to left for TJ Rumfield. Is that a Rumfield hit?
It's my favorite hit that he does because he has that ability. It reminds me so much of Todd Helton, Justin Morneau, a lefty that can take a ball backside and just flick it. And that's an off-speed pitch down and away. I mean, that is such a great piece of hitting.
Willie Castro takes a strike. Willie is 1 for 2. He had an RBI hit in the second. Willie's 12 for his last 22 in his home yard. This is in the air, left center field. 1 out. I got a little news for you.
News. Okay.
You know what? We're in an age where we talk a great deal about a number of numbers that were never spoken of years ago. OPS being 1, hard hit frequency, all those numbers that I think fans are aware of. Batting average still holds weight, I think. It tells you, man, this guy can hit. Well, 3 for 3 today for TJ Rumfield. He's now at 301. There's only 7 qualified players in the National League that are at 300 or above, which has always been a benchmark of, boy, that guy can swing it. The Rockies have 2 of them, in Jake McCarthy and Rumfield.
And if Troy gets a knock here, he joins them.
Yeah, he got 3 of them.
Yeah, I joked.
Troy started the day at 301. He's 0 for 2, so he's 299.
Yeah, I joked with Troy because he keeps hitting it at people. He lined out to center to Myers, he lined out to short, and he goes, my dad used to say that as well. He goes, who gets beat on a 3-0 pitch, by the way?
He's funny. Bounces to first, and it'll turn into a 3-6-3 inning-ending double play. So it's the first inning. The Rockies are kept off the board, but they're enjoying an 8-1 lead as we go to the 5th. For the 5th, it's Noelvi Marte against Tomo Sugano. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. 0-1 on Marte. Hit a ground ball to third base, his first time up. Rockies trying to end a 7-game slide at Coors Field against the Reds. Reds have won 17-20 against Colorado. There's a strong arm of Willie Castro to get Marte, who can run.
Castro learned the first time that Marte was hitting that he's going to have to fire the baseball. Now watch how he sets his hands with the glove so he can have a nice, easy transfer. And the thing that we've been amazed about with Willie Castro, he has a cannon from all these different arm slots.
Another guy that forces you to get rid of the baseball quickly is Dane Myers. Myers struck out his first time. He takes ball 1 here.
Sugano's just been pounding the strike zone.
He's hitting his locations too.
With everything. 80% strikeout rate with the slider, 75% strike rate with the four seam. When you're above 67%, you're doing well.
I think being the veteran that he is, he understands when you're given a 7-run lead, you got to absolutely pound the strike zone.
But he's doing it with 6 pitches.
Well, what's wrong with the 7th one?
He doesn't have a 7th one.
Three balls and a strike on Myers. Rockies played one of the toughest schedules in baseball in the first half. And in the second half, I saw this ball's toward right center. Carrick got a good jump and he'll run it down. For the Rockies' schedule, based on won-loss percentage, is around 20th in the second half.
That's good. Well, Sugano this year, he has 8 of the 39 wins for the Rockies. So it's right around 21% of the wins have come from Sugano.
Two outs, Trevino, who has the only marker for the Reds today. He had a home run his last time up, his second of the year. Trevino, veteran backup. And he hits another one to deep left, and he's got a 2-homer ball game. So it's the Rockies 8, Jose Trevino 2.
So he's hit his second and third home runs of this year. Now has 39 career home runs. And Sugano doesn't care. Curveball elevated, those balls go a long way. You just have to fire your swing and hit it.
He knew. Third time in his career he's hit 2 in a game. First time in a couple of years, though. Last time he did it was in May of 2024, playing for the Yankees down at the Trop.
I remember I went to winter ball for 5 years, and that's where I learned to hit the elevated curveball. I used to never swing it. You almost like freeze. And once you learn to accept it, because all you have to do is you just fire your swing, it's almost always an extra base hit.
You really don't have to create much loft, do you? Because it's already up in the zone. Two and one on Arroyo. He's just getting his career going. He's 22. Former second-round pick just a few years ago of Seattle, native of Puerto Rico. Went to high school for a period of time in Florida. Here's the 2-2. 3-2. I don't know who we were talking about recently, Sully. Maybe you remember, but we were talking about a guy who was ambidextrous. Literally, he throws lefty from the outfield, can go and play on the dirt. Well, Arroyo, as a kid, he pitched left-handed. He's ambidextrous.
So you can breathe underwater?
Yes. And that's a base hit left center field. Carrick will cut it off. Kind of took that sideways spin back towards center. Cole reacted nicely. So a 2-out single for Arroyo.
Good at bat from Arroyo, just force Sugano to throw a lot of pitches. And then as soon as this ball, especially off a left-handed bat, you get that side spin, it can check up on you. There's the athleticism of Cole.
Now you got to deal with De La Cruz. Tripled in the third. Against the Rockies, 20 career games, a nifty .442 batting average, and an OPS above 1,200.
And those are his numbers, and he's missed 60 games. He could be close to 30 homers right now if he didn't miss almost 2 months.
We're going to get him here on a little topper to first, Rumfield to the bag. Trevino with his second home run of the afternoon to make it 8-2, middle of 5.
Saturday.
Exactly. Strike one. It's National Ice Cream Day. I feel obligated after the game.
It feels, I don't know, every day is ice cream day.
Should be. I scream, you scream, we all scream for
Corey Sullivan.
Julianne a double his last time up. You guys aren't any fun. 1-1 on Julianne. Let's find all the people having ice cream.
Do Dippin' Dots count?
Yeah, a form of ice cream.
Ice cream of the future.
I mean, everything. Sorbet, whatever your take is.
Popsicles count?
Sure. Can I have gelato? Well, that's good, right?
Yeah, that plays. I mean, your acai plays.
Wow. So I'm really having ice cream for breakfast when I do that. 3-2 on Julianne, who's one of the most selective hitters in baseball. Top 2% in lowest chase rate for Julianne. One of the things that appealed to Paul DePodesta and Josh Burns. And he goes down here. A strikeout for Julian Garcia.
It's got to be fun for Garcia. He talked about playing at Metro State. I'm sure he has some friends and family around, maybe some former teammates.
Yeah, he grew up in the Denver area. I mean, it was a 10-year odyssey. And we talk about that frequently. The path is not always a yellow brick road to the big leagues. Independent ball, doubts. I even told the story of Troy Johnston. You're saying, man, that's a 300 hitter in the big leagues. He a year and a half ago, he was thinking about hanging it up.
And we did get his resume. He built out the resume. Sully and I saw it. It was the resume of a baseball player.
Sullivan hooks this to deep right. It is a foul ball. Brett never left home plate. Triple and a strikeout for Sullivan this afternoon. And foul tip, that's held. So back-to-back strikeouts for Garcia. That'll bring up Tovar. Let's get a message from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Billy, since you mentioned it, I have the resume on my phone. It's great. Work experience, Miami Marlins. Mentions his hometown school district, his leadership experience, community outreach and involvement. It's really well done. Something you and I have never done.
Yeah, we've never filled out a resume.
You create a resume.
Chat GPT do it for me.
1-2 on Tovar. Tovar in infield hitting the third, and a run scored. 1 for 2. Did you notice Toby's had a couple plays defensively today, and both throws, Sully, you're down there, were absolute, 95 across the diamond, because he had that throwing error yesterday, and you know how professional he is, how committed he is, and he was like, that. I'm going to hit Rumfield in the chest. This is popped up right side. Have fun, Spencer Steer. This is son. Gave him a break there. 1-2-3 inning for Garcia as we go to the 6th. The Rockies leading 8-2. They're up 8-2 on the Reds with Ryan Spilborghs, Corey Sullivan, and our entire crew. I'm Drew Goodman, Sal Stewart. In the 6th against Sugano, who misses ball 1. Tomo's been overshadowed by the offense today, but he's been doing his thing, as he has in most of his starts in his first year in a Rockies uniform. The 36-year-old, an enormous star, legend, if you will, in Japan. 2nd year in the big leagues. Last year he was with Baltimore.
I mean, when you're a 3-time Central League MVP, you have over 100 wins. It was 136 and 75. He had a whip of 1.04 for his career.
Gets weak contact here, and there's the perfect throw again from Tovar to get Stewart.
We're saying Sugano, if you were to equate, a major league pitcher to going over to Japan, it'd be like Justin Verlander or Max Scherzer. That's how decorated he was.
Well, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
J.J. Bleday, 1 for 2.
What I always found in my time in Japan is a lot of the mechanics are very similar. They're taught from a very young age, standing in the middle of the rubber. The mechanics are always slow, deliberate, and even how their release point. Like if you watch Yamamoto or Otani or Yu Darvish, they're all in the similar arm slot. That's how they're taught. They do a lot of towel drills. They're trained early on how to throw the split finger.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that, Spilly. As Bleday swings and misses 1 and 2. I'm not aware of, I'm sure there is, anybody who's come from Japan that didn't, a pitcher that didn't throw the splitter, and yet we've seen all different. You usually think, okay, Otani can throw a splitter. He's huge, right? He's 6'5". He probably has, long fingers. Sullivan's got it. And play completed at first, 2 outs. But so many of these guys that we see are not huge. Tomo's not a huge guy. Sasaki certainly not a huge guy. Yet they all throw splitters. Is there anyone who does? I mean, did you find anybody who didn't throw it over there?
I never faced a Japanese pitcher, minor leagues or in the MPB, that didn't have a split finger.
Do they throw over there as much as we've all read that pitchers throw more in their training than
Yes.
here in the States?
Yes, and they throw year round. But they're not, when they throw their bullpens or even when they play catch, it's not full effort.
I would argue even on the mound, it's not full effort.
1-0 on Spencer Steer.
It's controlled.
Steer toward Carrigan center. Cole's got it. So 1-2-3, 6th inning for Tomo Sugano. He's been wonderful today. 8-2 color.
Caleb Ferguson. His 20th game. He's got a lovely little 2.41 ERA.
And that was a called strike because Jake brought the bat back with him. There was a called strike by home plate umpire Andy Fletcher. So it's 0-1. Ferguson comes in after 2 1/3 from Julian Garcia, the local kid who has a wonderful story. Pitched well. Just a couple hits. Struck out 2. Did not allow a run. Brett Lauder's line, not pretty. 2 1/3. 8 runs on 11 hits for the former Wake Forest All-American. 2 strikes on Jake. He's driven in 18 over his last 13 games. That's pretty good. Arroyo will throw him out. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Mickey Moniak.
I remember when we first saw Caleb Ferguson, he was with the Dodgers. Reminded me a little bit of Clayton Kershaw. Trying to style himself a little bit after him. Didn't have the big breaker.
It's an opportunity for Mickey, so he doesn't get a ton of ABs against left-handed pitchers.
No, he doesn't, but see him more and more when the games are a little bit sideways, and it's an opportunity for him to get an AB and see some pitches.
You know, if it's 8-6, 8-7 right now, you may see a pinch hitter. The Rockies have Freeman, Karros, Goodman, Fulford on their bench.
And I think if it was the other way as well, if the Reds were ahead, you might as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity right now for Warren Schaefer to give rest to Goodman, who plays virtually every day. Karros, same thing. And you say, well, rest. They just had a 4-day break. But it's all plotted out. And it's in concert with Keith Duggar and his staff of trainers. Moniak gone, 2 outs.
The Rockies have punched out 3 times in their last 5 at-bats. Garcia and Ferguson. And going back to Caleb, I mean, when he first got to the big leagues, he was four-seam curveball. The curveball is not even part of his repertoire anymore. He throws a slurve.
Carrick's 2 for 3. First AB from the right side for Cole.
Insert heavy sigh here. On the slurve.
Well, he's also changed his arm angle, so he's getting on the side of the baseball a little bit more crossfire.
Oh, 2 on Carey.
What did the board just call it? Said slurve.
Easy Jack Parkman.
If Cole hits the slurve, he's going to rename it.
He's hitting .294 against lefties. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And so far, in the early going of what looks to be an extremely promising career, he's got 2 home runs righty, 2 home runs lefty. Three and 2. Tyler Bell, the kid the Rockies drafted in the 1st round, 10th overall out of Kentucky. There's some comparisons made in terms of just the intensity that he plays with to Cole Carrick. 3-2, ball 4. Behind 2 strikes, Sully, that's impressive.
It is aggressive early, and then you got to settle in and fight to win the AB. Cole did.
He has a walk rate, Sully, of a little bit over 11%.
Does that surprise you a little bit, Billy, based on what you heard of him in the minor leagues?
Well, especially because we know of his aggressiveness. I mean, he's an extremely aggressive player, defensively, base running.
Here's TJ. He's 3 for 3. Carrick, an enormous jump. I mean, he would have stolen that base easily. He's got to come back. 3 singles, a couple RBIs for TJ. His 8th 3-hit game of the season. You know what he doesn't have?
A 4-hit game?
He does not have a 4-hit game yet. I think today's the day.
Okay.
Oh boy, high and deep to right. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. Second deck, 2-run home run for the 4th hit of the afternoon for T.J. Rumpfield.
Now South Stewart's watching TJ run by, and he's like, okay, I see it.
Left on left. See you later.
That is his 13th home run of the season. And for TJ, he knew he got a little cut fastball, leaks back out towards the middle. And TJ talks about he wants to do damage on pitches that he can handle.
Yeah, Sully, he's got the fillet the other way. He's got the hard shot up the middle, and then he's got ones that he'll turn on. That went 456 feet. It's the 2nd longest home run by a Rocky this year.
I was going to ask you the yardage.
Yeah, that was yardage.
Yeah, that was a driver. I like to think he hits a little wedge to left, right? An iron up the middle, and just absolutely destroyed a driver.
That's his first home run against a lefty in his blossoming career. Willie goes down to end the inning, but the Rockies tack on 2 more. They've hit double digits. What a day for T.J. Rumpfield. Not the first time we've made that. Rockies up 10-2. Tomo Sugano still on the mound, and he gets a check swing, but it's called strike on Suarez, so it's 0-1.
Sugano for sure wants to finish this inning. 6 2/3 is the season high for Sugano. Came against the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
He's going to get an easy out here to center field on his 76th pitch of the afternoon. So all indications are he'll be able to get through 7. I want to correct one thing. T.J. Rumpfield, first career 4 RBI day, 2nd career home run left on left. 2nd career home run left on left. First 4-hit day, first 4-ribby day. Noelvi Marte pulled fair just beyond the outstretched glove of Castro into that left field corner, so it'll be a 1-out double for Marte.
This is a changeup. Marte first pitch swings. It's been the theme of today's game. It's going to knock out Sugano.
And you see Sugano, he's a little disappointed. He wanted to, as you said, finish the 7th inning, but he should get a big round of applause as he walks off. He was terrific today. 10-2 Colorado.
6 hits, 3 punch-outs, no walk. He absolutely pounded the strike zone. He got 10 ground ball outs. The first inning needed only 7 pitches to get the first 3 outs of the game. Phenomenal job. He hands the ball over now to the bullpen and Juan Mejia.
Yeah, and he's facing awesome. Dane Myers. Sugano was terrific. And if you're wondering, hey, that's going to get a tap, by the way. That pitch was called a ball.
The pitch is called a ball. The catcher was challenging.
Brett Sullivan thought it was a strike. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and Brett is...
Call is confirmed a ball. Colorado has
wrong this
one
time
challenge
by
remaining.
a fraction of an inch. But, you know, if you're wondering, why was he pulled after, 70 some odd pitches? Yeah, he hasn't been on a big league mound in, 3 weeks or so. You have a sizable lead. We know in this day and age, you always seem to, from a standpoint of a managerial decision, err on the side of caution with your, especially with your rotation guys.
Sure, I get it. But 77 pitches. I mean, I would have loved to see Sugano get through 7. Last year, he did it 5 times with Baltimore, 7 or more innings. The highest for Sugano this year is 6 2/3.
And that's not a good start for Mejia. On 4 pitches, he walks Dane Myers. also brings me to a subject I wanted to explore with you guys. There are so many elements that the new brass wanted to start to change in terms of contact rate, for instance, offensively, and cutting down on chase rate. We've talked quite a bit through this season about that. On the pitching side, the Rockies felt like they needed to, and there's no question about this, cut down on the walk rate. They'd also like to elevate the strikeout rate. Now, the punch rate remains 29th in baseball. That hopefully comes over time where you have more guys that can punch tickets, as we like to say. But the walk rate, Spilly, is now middle of the road. It's around 15th in baseball, so they've really carved into that.
Well, and that's really important. I mean, you just can't afford walks. I mean, regardless of what the score is right now. I mean, even in the 7th inning, when you have an 8-run lead, you don't want to see any walks ever. And so that has to be something where, and you talk to these guys are trying to throw strikes. It's not like they want to walk anybody.
No, but the message was received because, again, Bud Black and his staff the last couple of years preaching the same thing, and for whatever reason, the Rockies still had an enormously high walk rate. And they've carved into that considerably this year. That's a helpful swing there on a pitch up and in on Trevino's. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. In a perfect world, Corey Sullivan, you have a low walk rate and a high strikeout rate.
Right, and I think obviously if that's the target, it'll take time.
Some of it is, who you're rolling out there. When the Rockies earlier this year, before his elbow injury, were rolling Chase Dolander out, guess what? He was striking guys out.
Yes.
This is popped up. Infield fly rule will be applied here. Tovar makes the catch.
I do think one product of Coors Field is that you do get pitchers, and we see this with Rockies guys all the time, is, if guys put the ball in play more consistently because you're in the strike zone, there's a lot more hits, there's a lot more damage. So you're trying to live on the edges, but at the same time, you have to pound the strike zone. You have to.
Well, Terry Francona is going to take a shot here in a game that the Reds are down by 8. Tito's been in this ballpark quite a bit, and he understands that no deficit is typically too large to overcome. So he's going to bring up Nathaniel Lowe and hope for a big swing here with 2 on and 2 outs. He's going to pinch hit for Arroyo.
Yeah, I think a lot of the focus this year to bring that walk rate down starts with strike 1, right? If you can get strike 1 first, you're going to get outs easier just by hitters trying to put the ball in play.
Runner going, and swiping third is Marte. And whenever something like that happens, I'm like, friend, you better be safe, or you're going to draw the wrath of the entire coaching staff.
Especially with a pinch hitter up. Because if you get thrown out, you're most likely burning multiple guys.
Yeah, I mean, Sully, that's a wonderful point, right?
But obviously, Willie was playing 40, 50 feet off the third base bag,
which was a big factor in him taking off.
Yeah, I think with the guys starting to really focus on getting strike 1, right? You're ahead in the count. Guys put weak contact in, play there. Now it's about getting guys who can get strike 3.
Outside with the high 90s heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lowe. And a base hit to drive in a run from Lowe. Scoring's Marte. Myers will go first to third, and it's 10-3.
So that run goes on Sugano. There's that fastball, just leaks back out over the middle. Sullivan wanted this thing a little bit more outside. So Tito plays the right card.
And now Ellie De La Cruz, 4 hits last night. He's 1 for 3, a triple in this game. On the corner for a strike. De La Cruz, his 4-hit game yesterday, the first of 2026, 9th of his career already. Center field, Carey coming on, he'll get there. In the inning, Marte had a double with 1 out. He would eventually score on the pinch single by Lowe.
There is not enough money.
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. We know you too well. Sam Moll, the former Rocky draft pick, is in the ball game for Cincinnati, and he misses inside on Troy Johnston.
It's more about the effort it would take for me to get up there.
Yeah. You can go work on your tan. Ouch.
It's off his foot. Corey Sullivan is not tanny.
I've seen Corey with a good tan
He's working
before.
on his Macintosh Apple look. Fair? Is that a fair statement? You got some significant Irish blood running through you.
Yeah, but I've got Irish skin, but Spanish blood because of my mother. I get super tan.
Okay. Well, then head up there.
Hopefully I've got an obligation here shortly. But he's trying to hit it up there.
Yeah, he was. Wow. That's off the facing right below the Mountain Ranch Club.
Yeah, I got an obligation in about 9 outs, I think. 12 outs, something like that.
I mean, we get to always throw him on a headset.
I'll meet you there.
And Moll strikes out Johnston.
Second baseman, number 6.
Eddie Julien coming up. Eddie's 1 for 3, had a double and a run scored back in the 3rd. Rockies have Brennan Bernardino getting loose.
All right, before the season's over, one of us is going to go up into the tarps off.
What was that thing? You did that in Arizona a bunch of years ago where you went to the upper deck down the left field line in Arizona.
Yeah, and I made people
you started
stretch.
a movement.
Yeah, made everybody stretch.
Yeah, it turned into a Pilates class.
I'll offer a win-win bet, Spilly.
All right, I like that we're negotiating right now. Okay, what is it?
Rocks win 10 in a row on a day you're doing sidelines.
Okay.
Because it's more likely I'm doing pre-post then. We get up there.
Okay.
Three 3-0 on Julien.
I like a 10-game winning streak.
Sam Moll was originally drafted in the 3rd round of the 2013 draft by the Rockies out of Hunter Goodman's alma mater, University of Memphis. That's there, 3-1. I remember watching him on a backfield. He's just throwing a bullpen, yeah. And he's not. And Sam's not a big guy, and it was kind of wow. I mean, big arm. So many pitchers dealt with a bunch of injuries. He misses there. But, you know, Sam's 34, Sully, and he's still applying his craft. He first got to the big leagues in 2017 with Oakland. He spent the last 4 years in a Reds uniform.
Well, when he first got to the big leagues, his arm angle was at 26 degrees, and it has slowly gotten lower and lower. This year, it's at 13.
got a left-handed reliever who has a strikeout rate well above 9 in his career. Sullivan is going to foul out to the first baseman Steer. 2 outs. Lowe, excuse me, let me correct that. Lowe's now in the game at first. Ball 1 on Tovar.
So, like, how long do you think it takes to have a pitcher change his arm angle? I mean, it feels like that's a drastic swing change if you're a hitter.
I would actually think it probably takes maybe about a handful of bullpens just to judge movement. I mean, nowadays with the slow motion cameras, the Rapsodo, all of that, it can provide the feedback that they need quicker. So maybe 5 bullpens if you really want to make the adjustment. I think back in the day, it would have taken a little while longer because you're going to have to adjust your sight lines for movement.
You also want to be in a position where you're not adding extra stress on your elbow.
Well, the lower you get, the less likely there's stress, right?
Three and 1. Mole looks off in disgust. Sam Mole was purchased by the A's in 2017 from the Rockies after 4 years as a minor leaguer. And then he was subsequently waived 3 more times, then was a Rule 5 selection before kind of solidifying himself as a major league reliever. Again, he's carved out a really solid career now. Part of that baseball journey. 3 and 2 on Tovey. Today is 258th career game. Ball 4, so Tovar draws a walk, and there are 2 aboard for Jake McCarthy.
Jake McCarthy's had a really nice day. Double in his first at bat, swinging at the first pitch. Ellie De La Cruz helped him out. He loses it in the sun. And then this is the biggest hit of the day for the Rockies. It was with 2 outs. Jake McCarthy drops a drag bunt down, or a bunt down, in an 0-1 count, and the floodgates just opened up in the second inning. The Rockies ended up scoring 4, all with 2 outs. Two on Jake. Talked about Jake left on left, 368 best in baseball. How about 395 with runners in scoring position? Take that.
I think that makes sense with that RBI total for the month.
1 and 2. Personifies for me one of the great things about this Rockies team. They love to play. Here's the 1-2, and it's put in play to Mole a spin and get McCarthy by a step. 2 walks in the inning, 2 men left on. We'll go to the 8th on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Denver. 10-3 Colorado. Al Stewart will lead things off against Brennan Bernardino. First opportunity for Brennan in the second half.
He's been good for the Rockies. 47th appearance for him.
Today, by the way, is Billy game number 100 for the Rockies. Trying to win for the 40th time this year. And that pitch is outside on Stewart. Line out, 2 ground balls to Tovar at short. The string of Colorado ties to the Reds pitching staff will continue evidently next inning. Following a guy who's a Colorado native and Julian Garcia, we, after Caleb Ferguson, saw Sam Moll, former selection of the Rockies, and there's our old friend, Colorado native Pierce Johnson. Strike 3. Bernardino comes back and gets Stewart.
They just froze it with the sinking fastball. Check it out on the Auto Nation Subaru pitchcast. Just dotting. 47 appearances for Brennan is second in the National League to Brock Burke, who pitches for the Reds.
And guess what he has ties to?
Colorado.
Day 1 for 3. He was looking for a job during spring training. Remember that, Spilly?
Well, I was talking to Chris Valleca, the hitting coach for the Reds, and I asked what the big adjustment was for J.J. Bleday. He said backing up the baseball. You see he's out in front of that. He got in a really bad habit the last couple of years with the A's, where he was trying to hit everything out in front, and off-speed pitches away, fastballs away, everything made it really hard to hit.
Well, he's corrected that. He's got a mid-800 OPS. Two balls, 2 strikes on Bleday. And a strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for Bernardino.
Well, all fans attending the game tomorrow will go home with a purple Rockies LED light night light upon exit, courtesy of XL Energy. If it lights up red, orange, or yellow, you could win a prize. Visit xlenergy.com/lightning deals to learn more.
Ball 1 on Spencer Steer.
Sully, did you ever have hitting coaches try to get you to hit the ball out in front further and further?
Yes.
And did it help, or?
It absolutely did not. It led to me striking out 100 times. And I could not identify a slider.
It almost speeds you up.
It 100% did.
There's Valleca, Gaucho. Played together my last year at UCSB as a freshman.
By the way, we are now approaching the surface of the sun. Temperature. It has gotten way hot.
This is line to right. There's going to be extra bases for Steer. It'll be a double as Johnston fires it back in. So with 2 outs, Steer at second base.
Steer hit 2 homers yesterday. A little inside-out swing, driving the ball opposite field. There's a leg kick, very small head movement. 14th double of the year for Steer. He has 30 extra base hits so far.
Suarez bounces this one foul. Well over 40,000 yesterday. Good solid Saturday afternoon crowd battling the warm temperatures of 31,585. Fooled him. 0-2. Fooled him again. Steer left at second. Bernardino ends up striking out the side. Rockies up 10-3. Mickey Moniak's going to lead it off. The former Rocky Pierce Johnson out of Faith Christian High School locally in Arvada is on the mound. 423 earned run average, right around league average with 130 whip. And that pitch misses to Mickey. Mickey's 2 for 4. Couple ribbies, a run scored. 40 RBIs on the season. Rockies 10 runs by a 14-hit attack. Good to see Pierce. Remember the Rockies in 2023, after a strong first half from Pierce, they traded him to Atlanta for Victor Vodnik and Tanner Gordon.
Ended up being a nice trade for the Rockies and the Braves, and a great trade for Pierce Johnson. Well, when Pierce got to Atlanta, I talked to him about it. The Braves said, hey, you're out of altitude, spin your curveball more, throw it more. And he did. Now he's throwing his curveball 62% of the time.
That's one of the better curveballs in baseball. Playing the waiting game. Here's the 1-2. He goes to the curveball, 2-2.
And last year when I saw Pierce, him and Tyler Kinley, I had a feeling. I was like, hey, I have a feeling you and TK are going to be really close. And they became instant buddies, besties.
That doesn't surprise me at all, in that we all know this. Two of my favorite people over the last any amount of years with the Rockies are the two guys you just mentioned. Tyler Kinley, superb human. Pierce Johnson, superb human. This ball's lined to center field, and coming on is Dane Myers to make the catch. So Mickey retired. That'll bring up Cole Carrick. He's had a nice ball game also. Cole's 2 for 3, an RBI and 3 runs scored. He scored after walking in the 6th, came around on the Rumfield homer. Cole takes a strike. Pierce been doing this for a while. He's 35. Drafted in the 1st round by the Cubs out of Missouri State. He was drafted out of high school as well in the 15th round by Tampa. On the corner, 1-2 on Carey. Carrick's going to challenge. T-Mobile is the driver behind ABS, and that was a strike. So it's confirmed.
No challenges remaining there, out of challenges.
Worth the shot in the 8th inning, 1-1 count, right?
Why not? I mean, it flips your entire at bat. You go from 2-1 or 1-2 to 2-1, big difference. It's the largest difference in any leverage count. A 1-1 count is the most important pitch in baseball.
I'd argue the initial pitch of an at-bat is
Sure.
the second most.
But you get to 2 strikes in the big leagues, you're done.
This ball is lined to right, and it's caught by Marte. The ball was lathered off the bat of Cole Carrick. 2 outs. TJ Ropefield coming up. He's 4 for 4, but let's get a message first from Bet365.
Did you win?
Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
Sully, does he get his 5th hit?
I certainly hope so.
4 for 4, including a 2-run home run. He takes ball 1.
Let's put
First career 4-hit game for TJ.
Let's put it this way. If the Rockies are able to hold the line, get the 3 outs, if he gets a hit, I'll interview him. If he doesn't, I won't.
I'm calling bogus on that. Oh, he's trying to hit another home run.
Yeah, he's laughing too.
And we usually don't see a ton of emotion out of TJ, so I do like that he can occasionally laugh at himself.
That was an awful swing. What am I doing?
Yeah, yes.
All of the
both.
above.
Yes. What am I doing?
There's the fillet to left swing. Here's what his day looks like, Spilly.
It's had a great day. Single in the first inning, a little bit off the end of the bat. His second inning, when everybody was getting a hit, he added to it an RBI right there. Then he adds another single, the opposite field run, which I love. And then he walks with it. 2-run shot, second deck, his 13th.
1-2. And this time he does not come up with a hit, so we'll have to settle for 4 for 5. We'll go to the 9th. The Rockies need 3 outs to shake hands. They're up 10-3.
The game.
All right, sounds great. Thank you. And the ball game is Zach Agnos. Rockies also have Braxton Fulford in left field. Jake McCarthy to center field. Cole Carrick comes out. And a check swing, 3-hopper, I believe, if I counted right. And 1 pitch, 1 out as Marte's retired. Rockies needed one of these games, Billy.
They had to, and to snap a losing streak against the Reds was really important. And then just to get back on track. I mean, you had a tough series against San Francisco. You had a hard-fought series against the Dodgers heading into the break.
First pitch strike on Dane Myers. Myers 0 for 2 and a walk. And this is on 1 hop to Julian. He waits for TJ to get to the bag. 2 outs. Well, for the Reds, that'll bring up one of their few bright spots this afternoon. Backup catcher Jose Trevino, 33-year-old, 2 for 3, a pair of home runs. 3rd time in his career he's had a multi-homer game. Last time he did it, we mentioned, was when he was playing for the Yankees a couple of years ago down in Tampa. Good series in the Bronx. Uh-oh, coming back our way a little bit short. Yankees hosting the Dodgers. Dodgers messed around. I thought Aaron Boone, I love Aaron Boone. I thought he was really candid after the ball game last night. Garrett Cole, he was debating whether to bring in a lefty to face Max Muncy. They were trying to protect a 1-0 lead. Garrett Cole said, I'm good. Stayed in there, lengthy at bat, and Muncy did what we've seen him do a million times. He ends up clicking a home run, and that was the game, a 2-1 game. As that's punched down the right field line, so Trevino has his 3rd hit. You know, when you're a manager, Spilly, you're paid to first guess.
Yes. The Yankees almost had a chance to tie the game up, but the Dodgers, doing Dodger things, had a perfect relay throw, cut him down at home. So we saw with the Rockies against the Dodgers. It was every opportunity that the Rockies missed out on, it came back to bite him.
Second at bat for Nathaniel Lowe. He came off the bench and had a pinch single to drive in a run in the 7th. Stayed in the game at first base. Zach falls behind him 2-0. And this should get the job done. Ground ball to second. And Julian throws out low, and the Rockies have defeated the Reds on this Saturday afternoon by a final score of 10-3. Sugano picks off his 9th win of the year. He's 9-4. Great return off the injured list for Tomo. Rhett Lauder takes the loss. He's now 3-7. Big day for TJ Rumfield. 4 hits, including his 13th home run. Great day all